Cyclone on J360 Radio. With your hosts, Alan, Dev, and Mark.
And I just threw a spray can like 5 yards. Spray can stay. Damn it. Trying to win on a stack of baseball cards. Anyways.
Oh boy, Alan is late again. Hey everybody, welcome to the Cyclone. This is the J-Man, of course, about to lead you all in. Apparently the boys have something to talk about to get off their chests before we get into this new season of the NFL. And needless to say, there's Alan picking up cans again. Hey boy, do you have something to say?
I'm amazed I still have internet at this point. No, I'm just kidding. No, I have a lot to say, but we're going to wait till the show. But when we introduce the welcoming back of Marky Mark.
Hello, how are y'all doing today?
There we go. So we should definitely start with this. All right. Mark, how many, Jay and Mark, how many preseason games have you guys watched?
4.
You know I'm
Just
not in
Eagles.
this episode.
I just love the way how he said 4, though. It's so great. It sounded like his last redemption. I watched all 4 preseason games.
Well, they were pretty terrible. So, but can I say how much of a genius Doug Peterson is? I mean, if you look at the way that he works the preseason, it's freaking beautiful. And I'll be honest with you, maybe not everybody can see it, but he obviously doesn't care about winning preseason games. But what he does do is he looks at certain players that he believes are actually going to make the team and gives them an opportunity to show him why they're going to make the team and what they're made of.
Well, he's experimenting. He's experimenting with plays in the preseason as well. Peterson is actually one of the brightest coaches in the NFL. It's blatantly obvious. If anyone disagrees, you don't know football. You know what I mean? No, he's just doing a lot of test trials and stuff like that. I think the Eagles are going to be fine this year. Well, as long as Wentz doesn't get injured again. McCown could lead you to like 2-3 wins as long as Wentz doesn't get a season-ending injury.
I mean, that's true, but I believe they're still going to use McCown as their third string.
With the money that they paid McCown?
I think they're very high on Nate Sudfeld. Yeah, and they really want to give him a shot at the second string quarterback position. And they have McCown there as their safety net. Obviously, Sudfeld's down for a few weeks. So as of right now, McCown is kind of their number 2. But if you look at their depth chart, they have Sudfeld listed as their number 2.
You didn't think Cody Kessler could lead your team from the ashes and somehow get you guys in Super Bowl contention?
What did you see from any of their games that would even tell you that this is even a possibility?
Cody Kessler on 3rd and 18 for the Browns threw for 7 yards.
That's amazing. Amazingly stupid. Come on, man. Look,
I'm just kidding. No.
I really wanted to see Kessler show something. I loved that the Eagles gave him an opportunity, but he got injured. Unfortunately, he didn't pick up enough. There was nothing that I saw from him that would have told me that he should have stayed on the team. And honestly, it's just coming from a guy who felt like Tim Tebow should have made the team the year that he tried out for the Eagles.
I don't even remember when Tim Tebow tried. Oh, yeah, under Chip Kelly, right?
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Ever.
All right.
I mean, the guy wasn't even good enough to be on the Patriots, and Bill Belichick knows how to make the best of his quarterbacks, and Bill Belichick's like, no.
Look, the thing is, and we're not going to get into Tebow here. I probably
No,
shouldn't
I
have
don't
brought
really want to talk about Tebow. I mean, he's a baseball player now.
Is he still playing baseball?
Yeah, he's injured right now, I believe, though.
Okay. So anyway, let's forget about Tebow for a second. I shouldn't have brought him up. I was just using that as an example.
Sexy ass man.
It was weird. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, I said my first swear word on this. I'm sorry, Jay, I didn't mean to. But
What?
Jay's our producer of this show, and I said I wouldn't swear, and I swore within like not even 5 minutes of the show.
Are you nervous, Alan? Come on.
Come on! All right, no, I'm good. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so where do you see the Eagles heading?
Oh man. You know what? As an Eagles fan, I'm trying not to be biased here. I think they really built a great roster, and I think they have a great coaching staff. I think they're definitely one of the teams that I could see as a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, until we get into the season, it's hard to say for sure, but I can see them as one of the top-ranked teams.
I actually see you guys winning the division. I mean, I don't believe in the Cowboys. I don't believe in Dak Prescott enough. The Redskins, Case Keenum is not going to lead anything.
Well, I don't think that's the point. I think they have Case Keenum to ease in their rookie.
Haskins is going to be a bust.
Really?
Yeah, I guarantee it.
All right.
Like, there's something, like, when I played football when I was, like, in 7th grade, I would not have made those dumb throws that Haskins made.
All right, man. So here's the deal. You can't really write the book on Haskins yet. Give him some time, all right?
I
mean,
know,
he's
but the same thing went for other Ohio State quarterbacks. Cardell Jones, J.T. Barrett. For some reason, Ohio State quarterbacks never translate well to the NFL, and I don't get why.
I'm sorry. That's a tough one. I don't have an answer for you on that one. I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, didn't Cardell Jones get cut by the Chargers this week? I believe he did, and then J.T. Barrett got cut. Terrell Pryor was about to get cut, but he was injured.
Let's see. Yeah, well, I mean, he got cut. Yeah, Cardell Jones got cut, but that was for Easton Stick. I think Easton Stick's going to be pretty good, so that makes sense. If you don't believe me, ask Carson Wentz. He'll tell you.
But Cardell Jones won the national championship, though.
There's obviously a big difference between college football and the NFL. I mean, look at how many. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I was Cardell, after you won that title, I would have just declared for the draft. Because there were clearly issues with you. Like, you could have gotten a little bit more money. And it's clear that he doesn't really want to work hard. I don't know what is going on with Cardell Jones. Like, I cannot believe a guy who just won a national championship and was like this dominant quarterback who was projected to be in the first round, but then instead forgoed that and went into like back to college. He was a 4th round pick.
That happens a lot. I mean,
then we have to go to another team, the Giants. Everyone wants Daniel Jones to start. Why?
Well, if you kind of look at how he did during the preseason, you'll see why.
No.
Speaking of which.
Wait, no. I had to go off about this. That is absolute bullcrap, and I'm going to explain why. Nathan Peterman was like the preseason guru, right? And then when he went on play on that center stage, and he played, well, we all know the answer of what that is.
Look, Peterman is a terrible quarterback. And that's why he's not on the Raiders anymore. Or wait, maybe he is.
He is on the Raiders.
He's on injured reserve. That's right.
I thought they were going to cut him because of Deshaun Kaiser. They signed him, which, by the way, we'll get about that later. But.
All right. Well, all right. Understand what I'm saying. People get excited about certain players from the preseason. The season starts, they realize these players aren't really that great, and they just been playing against backups. You got to look at the situations that they're in, who they're playing against. Obviously, with Jones, Giants fans are just tired of seeing Eli at this point, even though he won them 2 Super Bowls. But I'm not a Giants fan. Just saying.
I mean, Eli Manning is getting to the point of being done. He is. But at the same time, though, if you put Daniel Jones with that crappy Giants offense against a real team, he's going to get killed. It screams David Carr, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. The Giants and the Redskins, neither one of those teams look very promising right now. They're really, if they do get to the playoffs for whatever reason, it's going to be one of those seasons where it's like, wow, that came out of nowhere. Neither of those teams have a roster that you can really say, hey, I could really see these guys doing well. It's just not. It's not there. It's not. It's not likely that they're going to do well. And I think that's why you see with the Redskins, Case Keenum as their starter right now, so that they can kind of bring the rookie up to speed. And then with the Giants, Eli's going to start the season. Jones is going to be the backup. They're going to ease him in as well. They're both probably going to be starting by the end of the season. But I don't see either team getting into the playoffs.
Well, with Colt McCoy still having that leg injury, and he's not 100% yet, Colt McCoy should have been the starter from week 1. I'm not going to lie. And I don't even like Colt McCoy. And this is coming from a Browns fan. I'm like, I didn't see a lot in him. Did you?
What, McCoy?
Yeah.
I always kind of had a soft spot for McCoy. I always wanted to see him do well. I thought that I thought he would. Unfortunately, to talk about a David Carr situation, I mean, look at what they did to him, the Browns, and go with that. I know that's one of your teams, but they did kind of put him in a crap situation when he was drafted.
Because they didn't know what they were doing. One minute they had Holmgren, next minute, Holmgren wanted to take over everything, and then they put Colt McCoy out there, which I never understood that decision because, Mike Holmgren strong arm quarterbacks. Colt McCoy never had a strong arm. I never really understood this decision. Did you?
No, I mean, McCoy would be perfect for a West Coast team. I thought he did have better arm than. I thought he had an above average arm. Maybe I'm wrong. You would know better than I.
I did. I watched every Colt McCoy game for the Browns. So.
Yeah. Well, he's no Nick Foles.
All too long as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Same problem. All right. So when we go with other teams. Do you think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs this year? To me, I'd say no.
You don't think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs?
I'm just lying to you. No, they will.
Yeah, I definitely think the Patriots are going to make the playoffs. The only thing I could see holding them back from making the playoffs is maybe an injury to Tom Brady. Which, you got to give the guy credit. He has managed to stay pretty healthy. I mean, except for that one season.
Derek Hogan looks like a star, for crying out loud.
Yeah, well,
7-11.
I think they're going to be pretty good, as always. I mean, with the Patriots, until something changes with that franchise, I think you can go ahead and just say they're almost pretty much a shoo-in for the playoffs every year. If they don't make it, I'd be shocked, especially since the division that they're playing is still very weak. I don't see the Dolphins or the Jets or the Bills really doing much. I think out of all those teams, the Bills probably have the best chance. And even then, they still got a lot to prove. I'm not saying that there's no way that they'll make it. I can't imagine any of those teams winning the division, though.
All right, here's my opinion, right? I watch every Bills game. I watch every Browns game because, I'm a fan of both of them. Josh Allen needs to stop running the ball whenever everything's panicking. Like, seriously? And this is a coaching issue. And, Sean McVay needs to... Is there a head coach, Sean McVay? I think so.
What about McVay?
No, here's the thing. Josh Allen, he takes too many risks. He's going to kill himself. He's going to be like Carson Wentz. No offense. He takes a lot of unneeded chances for nothing.
Well, here's the thing, man. I understand the concern with that, especially with the injuries. But let's be real. This is the NFL. This is a big boy league. And you are getting paid millions of dollars to do a job. And that job is to win football games and to entertain people. If he stands back there and does what you're suggesting, knowing damn right well that one thing that he has over some other quarterbacks is his mobility, well, then he's not really doing his job, is he? So until the day that they're saying he's running around too much, trying to make plays and telling him to stop, he's going to keep doing that.
I've been more impressed with Matt Barkley more than Josh Allen, to be honest with you, this year.
All right, well, let's get to the season, and then we'll say who you're more impressed with. Don't forget, Josh Allen's got a heck of an arm.
He's got a good arm, but it's inaccurate. It reminds me of, very old-school Derek Anderson, who Anderson was mentoring. Anderson was mentoring Josh Allen, so...
There you go.
And I have nothing against Derek Anderson. I think Derek Anderson is fantastic. And I miss him in football. I want him back. So. Yes, I'm a Derek Anderson fan. Don't judge me.
Look, man, you got one of your quarterbacks back. Just appreciate that.
What quarterback did I get back?
McCown, he's with the Eagles, man. Come on. Everybody knows about your secret love for Josh McCown.
Okay,
really
yes, that's true. Same as I have a soft spot for Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is going to be a star for the Dolphins, and he's going to get slaughtered.
I feel like you go for underdog quarterbacks that aren't really that good, but you just want to believe that they're going to be good. Now, granted, McCown, I could see doing well in a system like the Eagles. Some of these other quarterbacks, like Fitzpatrick, man, he's one of those guys who, in one season, he'll look really good. And then the next season, just sign him to an extension, and he looks terrible. He does it with almost every team. He did it with the Bills and the Jets and
Texans too.
Yeah, I just don't trust Fitzpatrick. Personally, I can't wait for the Dolphins I cannot wait until they remove him and put Josh Rosen in and just let Fitzpatrick just die out. Let the guy retire, man. It's like he's smart, and everybody knows he's smart, and he's just smart enough to get the money that he wants, and then play like crap. But anyway, that's just my feelings towards him. I'm sure he'll be on the Patriots next.
Dude, if Fitzpatrick became like a Patriot quarterback, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So Hoyer left. The Colts signed him, I believe, right?
Yeah, how about that? I don't think we've actually talked about that yet. Andrew Luck retiring. Do you remember? I think it was last offseason. I had thought that he was talking about retiring last offseason, which I guess I was wrong, but I could have sworn I was seeing headlines about that. And then this offseason, he retires, surprisingly.
I never heard anything about him retiring before until like this. No, I'm not a guy who would boo him out of the freaking building like, the Colts fans did. I mean, dude, if you cannot go, why would you go? Like, why would you risk further injury?
I think his thing was very mental, because, like you're saying, he was getting beat up. Like, you got to figure the guy was getting injured almost every season, and he's in rehab, and then he felt like he was going to do well. This is comeback season, and it's just, last season he did decent under Frank Reich, and you figure this year he's going to have a good season, and then he gets another injury. It's another setback, and it's just constantly beating him down. And, honestly, it made a lot of sense. And I always think to myself, because I see a lot of these quarterbacks that go through injuries every season and they keep coming back, like Sam Bradford. And I'm just like, why does he keep doing that to himself? Like, what is he expecting to be different? I think one thing that's kind of notable about that now is you kind of look at him and you see RG3 and Andrew Luck, and you realize that the quarterbacks in that draft, the first two, the two that everybody was raving about, they just never really got to where they needed to be. And then you look later in the draft at like the Kirk Cousins and Nick Foles and Russell Wilson. Yeah, well, they've done. I don't like Kirk Cousins. I can't see him ever winning a Super Bowl, but his stats, he's definitely a stats guy. I wouldn't want him on my team, but
so he's the Russell Westbrook of the NFL. Like, I don't care if our team fails as long as I get my 20 and 10.
Pretty much, yeah. And I said that last. I was arguing about that last offseason because I thought it was ridiculous that he got, was it $88 million guaranteed? And I'm saying, why would you do that? If you're going to sign a player like that, your goal is for them to progress your team, right? Well, did he progress the team? No, he didn't. You almost got to the Super Bowl the year before with Case Keenum, who you could have gotten on the cheaper and probably would have gotten even more players to go along with him. Instead, you signed Kirk Cousins, that big asshole, to an $88 million guaranteed contract.
Case Keenum to the defense, they need a solid quarterback because Case Keenum fell apart during that championship game.
But at least he got you to one. Look at what did Kirk Cousins do for you? Did he even get you to playoffs? Come on.
They let go a lot of players because they had to sign Kirk Cousins.
Exactly. There was other options. They could have, even though I would have hated it, they could have traded for Nick Foles. He certainly could have won a Super Bowl. But no, they go after Kirk Cousins. But anyway, I'm not going to get all up into this Kirk Cousins talk right now. Forget Kirk Cousins.
Matt Castle could have won it all. No, I'm just kidding.
A terrible quarterback, by the way. But I mean, look at the Colts. Look at who the Colts have right now. I mean, everybody's kind of a mystery there. I mean, I've spoken with some Colts fans, and they seem very high on Jacoby Brissett, and that's good. But I don't know if he's going to be the kind of quarterback that's going to get you very far. He might be good enough to get you a 9-7 season. I don't know. Let's see how week 1 goes. From what I've seen, I could see him being a 9-7 quarterback. But you look at the rest of that division. I mean, shoot, you got to look at Jacksonville now. Now Jacksonville out of nowhere is the scary team. The Titans, they're mediocre, but still they're kind of like a wild card.
I would not consider Jacksonville a scary team. I'm going to explain why.
All right, go ahead.
If I explain, didn't Nick Foles play for the Rams and he was benched?
Who?
Nick Foles. He played for the Rams. And he was benched by Case Keenum.
You mean when he played under Jeff Fisher?
Yeah, Jeff Fisher, the guy who does not know how a quarterback works.
Yeah.
One of the worst coaches of all time.
I would say so.
But still, I don't know. It is just weird. It's just been a weird situation. Why would Andy Reid even give up him? And then also, Chase Daniels, I think, is still around. Yeah, he's around for the Bulls, isn't he? I mean, sorry, the Bears. I don't know.
I'm sorry. What does that have to do with the Jaguars? I'm sorry.
The Jaguars aren't going to do shit.
I think you're wrong. I'm pretty sure that you're wrong. We could make a bet on this if you want.
I'll bet $50 on it.
You're gonna bet $50? What exactly is the bet here?
They will not make the
playoffs. We're betting that the Jaguars don't make the playoffs?
Yeah.
I'll take that bet. I believe that the Jaguars are going to make the playoffs.
I don't think Foles is good enough to actually lead them to a playoffs.
I think you're wrong. I think Foles is a lot better than what you think.
Foles is a quarterback in a certain system. He's not going to work in that system.
Well, first off, you might as well slap yourself in the face for that one. Because the same system that he's in now, because their offensive coordinator was his quarterback coach back in Philadelphia when he won the Super Bowl, that system's going to be a lot like Doug Peterson's system. So if you want to say that he only thrives in that system...
These are the same guys that are trying to make a wrestling promotion work correctly.
What?
Yeah. The owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars started AEW Wrestling.
All right, so what? You can't have a wrestling company and own a football team?
I don't know. Ask Vince McMahon about that in 2001. See how that went.
First off, Vince McMahon wasn't an owner of a football team. He tried to start a football league. He owned all the
teams.
There's a big difference there. There's a huge difference there.
I mean, Kevin Colbert is okay.
So, wait, let me get this right.
I'm sorry. Why do I keep thinking Kevin Kolb with the Eagles? I know he played for them.
Wait, let me get this right. So your argument for the Jaguars being bad this year is because their owner now owns
No, it wasn't that. Their defense fell apart. They did nothing really to upgrade that defense.
All right, oh my God. All right, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And when the Jaguars are in the playoffs and I get the final laugh, it's going to be awesome, especially when Nick Foles comes out and looks like a damn MVP. Because let me tell you something.
But if your defense is shit, then what's the point?
I'm pretty sure their defense is going to look pretty good.
Their defense pretty much floundered last year. Are you kidding me?
We're not talking about last year. We're talking about this year.
I know, and you're expecting better results when they
Yes. And yeah, they made some pretty good acquisitions. What are you talking about? Look at the Jaguars roster. Have you ever?
Are you kidding me? The Browns are going to kick them out of the playoffs anyways.
Oh, God. Well, so now you're admitting that they're going to make it to the playoffs.
If they made the playoffs, they wouldn't even make past the first round.
Right. So you're high on the Browns making it to the playoffs, but not the Jaguars.
No, the Jaguars had every chance in the world last year, and they blew it.
I would too if my quarterback was Blake Bortles.
But Bortles played amazing, and then he just regressed.
Yeah. So you take out the guy who's regressing, and then you put in the guy who's progressing.
We're supposed to believe that Nick Foles, a.k.a. captain of the 20-yard pass, is going to lead them to the Super Bowl.
Dude, do you know anything about Nick Foles? Like, really? Captain of the 20-yard pass? Have you never seen this man play football before? Have you never seen Nick Foles play in a football game before? Are you really going to sit here and call him Captain 20-yard pass? Oh, my God. Come on, man. God.
Well, let's start from the beginning. The guy went to St. Louis and couldn't do anything.
He went to one team with a terrible quarterback coach. Jeff Fisher, almost every quarterback he's had under him has been bad. The only time I think I've seen Jeff Fisher have a good quarterback was with Steve McNair years ago.
Okay, you expect him to succeed with Doug Marrone. Are you fucking kidding me? Doug Marrone, the fucking guy that fucking gave up on the Bills, you expect Kevin...
Oh, man! Here we go! Now we know exactly where your argument's coming from. This has nothing to do with Foles. This has nothing to do with the owner. This is all about how much you dislike Doug Marrone for giving up on your team. That's exactly what it is. And don't deny it.
Maybe the fact that he's an incompetent coach and could not actually develop a rookie quarterback. How about that for starters?
Who? Wouldn't it like E.J. Manuel? Is that who you're talking about?
E.J. Manuel was a bust. Everyone knew that.
Yeah. Who was the rookie quarterback you're talking about? I think they didn't have Kyle Orton that year. They did pretty good that year.
Yeah,
I'm
Kyle
pretty sure.
It led him to 9-7. Yes.
Yeah. So he could do that well with Kyle Orton, but you're telling me he can't do that well with Nick Foles.
No, I'm sorry. Orton actually had talent.
Dude, what is your problem? Like, you're telling me Nick Foles doesn't have talent?
I didn't say that.
Well, no, you just said Kyle Orton actually had talent.
I mean, are either of those guys Baker Mayfield? No. Really? Not even close. Baker Mayfield is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen in the last 10 years.
First off, this ain't about Baker Mayfield. I actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you something about Baker Mayfield. I said some things about Baker Mayfield that, looking back at it, I was wrong. See, I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. See, Baker Mayfield did pretty good last year. Now his personality was on point with what I thought. But he did play pretty well, and he does make the Browns look a lot better. But
by the way, I want you to think about this. This is the thing. This is the thing that concerns me about Foles. All right, I'll get down to this, right? Let's get down to this. All right. He plays well under anything with Andy Reid. So he played well with Doug Peterson. He played well with Andy Reid, right? He sucked with Jeff Fisher. What makes you think he's not going to suck with Doug Marrone? Doug Marrone isn't a part of the Andy Reid coaching tree. Aaron Rodgers only had success because Mike McCarthy actually worked with Mike Holmgren because he understood the West Coast offense.
But I'm sorry. Well, what?
Mike McCarthy was part of the tree of freaking Mike Holmgren.
So what does this have to do with anything? Why does that matter?
Foles does not have that same system. He has to learn a completely new system.
No, he's not learning a completely new system. His offensive coordinator is going to be running a similar system to what he ran in Philadelphia when he won a Super Bowl.
We've
as a
heard
Super Bowl
this
MVP
before. We've heard
against,
this before.
First off, all right, against not only the Patriots, but also the team, the Vikings at the time, who were considered to have the number one defense. So,
why did you guys get rid of that beast running back? Who are the guys that you got from Miami for free, like, pretty much?
Jay Ajayi?
Yeah.
The injury-prone running back that they had? The one that wasn't really doing much?
Why did you guys simply sign Frank Gore before your chance?
Huh?
Why didn't you guys get someone like Frank Gore or, LaShawn McCoy was on the market. You could have had him.
Are you trying to make jokes right now? We got Jordan Howard. We got Miles.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I can't wait for his 2.6 yards to carry.
All right. I'm sorry, and your argument is valid. Why? Because you're running back, Kareem Hunt. You'd rather have a guy that goes out and, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
Don't we have Chubbs, who's supposed to be the number one running back? So I have no idea what you're talking about, good sir.
All right, so you're going to say Chubbs is great, but Jordan Howard's nothing, right?
Jordan Howard's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing compared to Chubbs. Chubbs is the absolute best running back in the NFL.
Man, you're delusional. Aren't you the same guy that was in love with Nathan Peterman?
No, I did not like Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, it was Nathan Peterman and Johnny.
No, I was the guy who was in love with Johnny Manziel. If you want to actually bash me, you got to make it right.
Nathan Peterman and Johnny Manziel. Let's see.
I was never a fan of Peterman.
Who's the coaches? Who's the coach for the Bills right now?
McDermott.
McDermott, okay.
Defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers previously.
Yeah, who else was he a defensive coordinator for?
I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know the first team that he was a defensive coordinator for.
No, I just knew about the Panthers. Oh, God damn it, I gotta look this up. Oh my God, if it's the Eagles, I'm gonna have to shut the fuck up. There's no fucking way.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Okay, hold on. You've got to be kidding me. Sean McDermott, I'm sorry. Oh, come on! Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Alright, I will admit my defeat.
Alright.
Alright, well, I wish the Eagles the best of luck. God damn it, I'm so bad. I am so mad at you right now. It's not even funny.
Alright, next team. So, let's, before we get too off topic here.
Well, why don't we go with the Packers? Like, what do you think is going to happen with them?
Honestly, here's the thing. It's been a long time since the Packers have had coaching change, and because of that, I don't know how much that's going to affect them.
Well, they're giving Aaron Rodgers more control, which is a good thing, which is something that should have been done a long time ago.
But I mean, they can backfire though. I mean, I could see where it'd be a good thing.
I mean, last season was the biggest backfire of Packers I've ever seen, when Mike McCarthy completely lost the team.
He did, which was surprising. I didn't see that coming. But
I saw it coming for years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. Here's my thing. I really think Aaron Rodgers has a really crappy personality, and the reason I think that'll play in to a struggle with the Packers is because if they are in fact giving him more control, the other players might not like that too much. I mean, you think about it this way. Let's see, at your work, do you like it when your boss shows, this stuck-up guy or whatever more favor than you when you're out there busting your butt just as much as they are?
Every day there, and I didn't like them anyways. Even if they gave me praise, I wouldn't care.
All right, so if you're playing on a football team with them,
I'm the TO of my job.
You're the TO of your job.
Yes.
Oh.
Terrell Owens. I'm like, pay me. But, yeah, okay, I'm going to give a good example of this from last season, right? From everything I saw. I live in Wisconsin, so I heard everything about this. I think Aaron Rodgers was wrong, but Mike McCarthy got complacent. But at the same time, is it really Mike McCarthy's fault that Ted Thompson blew every draft pick that he ever had? Right? No.
I mean, no, you're right. I'm saying it's not McCarthy's fault for that.
I mean, seriously, and now my only thing that Mike McCarthy did wrong is he did not fire Dom Capers 3 years sooner. That was inexcusable, and that's what probably cost him his job. Dom Capers was so incapable of defensive coaching against scrambling quarterbacks.
Now, it's funny you should say that, because there was a time where Capers was viewed as one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, and yeah, you're right. He did fall out of. I would say he fell out of favor, and he definitely went down as the progression of running quarterbacks has come to a head. Don Capers, unfortunately, was one defensive coordinator that, as an Eagles fan, way back years ago, after we had...
Did you guys have Ray Rhodes?
Yeah, back in the 90s.
No, you guys had Ray Rhodes in the 2000s. He was the defensive coordinator.
No, man, what? No.
Yeah, I swear to God. Let me look this up.
No. We had Ray Rhodes back in the 90s.
No, he came back. Coach. I swear to God, dude.
How could he have possibly come back? We had Jimmy Johnson, who was a great defensive coordinator, and we had him until he died. And then we had Sean McDermott. Then after Sean McDermott, I believe it was Juan Castillo. And then after Juan Castillo was Todd Bowles.
Oh, wait, no, that was the Redskins defensive, and then Seattle Seahawks, Houston Texans, and then Cleveland Browns for a year as a defensive assistant. But yeah, no, I know who this guy was. He actually helped manage, the Reggie White era, didn't he? In Philadelphia, before he went to Green Bay?
The Reggie White era was mainly Buddy Ryan, right?
Yes, but Green Bay had him to like 2000. But Philadelphia, you guys had him for 3 years, and then he went back to Green Bay in 1999 as head coach. He went 8-8. I remember this year, and I thought it was wrong that they fired him right away. And then was that the year they brought in Mike Sherman? I think it was. And Sherman, which, by the way, gets a really bad rep. Sherman, the only thing is, why did you try to make him GM as long as that coach? You can't do both jobs. It's the same thing with, like, Hugh Jackson with the Browns. You can't be the offensive coordinator and the head coach at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Ray Rhodes. I have nothing but respect for that guy. He was awesome. But yeah, like, yeah, I mean, seriously, and this is the thing. We got to see what's going to happen with the Packers this year. I don't know. Could this be a really good thing, or could this be a really bad thing? Because the head coach is just 2 years older than Aaron Rodgers. So we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what's going to happen here. This could be a really good success thing, or this could be completely disastrous. Because the Packers right now do not fuck around with their coaching.
Hold on, I will be right back. Give me 1 second here.
So how was school today, Alan?
I went to work.
No, I mean in this show right now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Apparently you got schooled by old Mark over there. Don't think I didn't hear that. You need a lot of aloe tonight.
I make some errors. I didn't take any notes today.
Sure you didn't. What happened to that big sports brain of yours, son?
I was mentioning Ray Rhodes. But no, I didn't expect the show today. I mean, I should have, because I know you have.
No, dude, we can do that some other time. All I know is he just totally whooped your ass. I mean, you're really gonna fight you're gonna really fight an Eagles fan about Eagles knowledge? That's a very bold move, son.
I can't believe I forgot that Ray Rhodes actually coached. Didn't he have a heart attack or something?
Doesn't
while
matter
he was coaching?
at this point. It's the fact that you didn't know his first team. Shame on you, son.
Dude, I worked my ass off the last few days, dude, so I'm trying to.
Alan, I know you're the only man in the free world who actually has a job, but needless to say, you gotta quit using that as
You
a
have a
crutch.
job too, motherfucker.
I know,
Shut
you
up.
idiot. That's why I'm not talking about my job, but you want to talk about yours.
I don't want to talk about my job anymore.
Well, you just did.
It's been bad. It's
Hey,
been bad,
hey,
though.
hey,
I have to work
your
more.
fight with me. Your fight with me happens this Friday if you show up.
See, I gotta work Friday.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I work a lot of hours, man.
So do I. Your point?
Well, it's 8 hours in the middle of the night. I mean, if we do it in the morning, it's not a big deal, but...
Likely story.
Hey, guys. I gotta start wrapping up my part. So I gotta get off of here.
All right, well, you guys go ahead and find up your final thought, and then we can go ahead back to our mundane lives. Go on now.
Anyways, Mark, I'm sorry I did not write enough good notes today. We will make that work next time. But yeah, the Browns are going to beat your team eventually in the Super Bowl. It's going to happen.
Whatever. As long as it's in the Super Bowl. We'll see how it goes down, all right?
Yeah, because I don't know of an NFC team that could possibly go to the Super Bowl right now. Maybe the Saints, but I don't know. Breeze is getting older. I think it's going to be your team. As long as Wentz stays healthy, I cannot see a reason why you guys can't go to the Super Bowl.
Thank you. So like I said, I got to wrap things up. 2 things I want to go over real quick. Let's do a quick,
30-second thing real quick. First thing is Zeke Elliott probably going to get his extension this weekend. Don't care, either this week or this weekend. I don't care. I'd rather him be out there because when the Eagles beat the Cowboys, I want to be able to say we beat them with Zeke. But you know what? Truth is, Dak Prescott's probably still going to try to take over the game and show that he can do it without Zeke. That's not going to bode well for him. Hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't try to do that. Can't wait to see that happen anyway for the Eagles to whoop their ass. Second thing is the extension of Jared Goff. Saw it coming. They actually made out pretty well there with the Rams. And good for him. Well-deserved. He's been playing pretty good. So look forward to seeing him do well. Also look forward to seeing the Eagles beat him. So what are your thoughts on that?
That well, the fact that Jake clearly drank too much Coca-Cola, let me explain. I don't think the Rams are going to make it to the Super Bowl, let's be honest. The reason why I'm going to explain this is Goff was really exposed that game. Was he not during the Super Bowl? No, it's the Eagles. Wentz is going to take... As long as he doesn't get injured, I think the Eagles are a sure lock for the Super Bowl contender. That's just how I see it. I believe in Carson Wentz, so yeah. But you're going to have to take on the Browns, and the Browns are going to win because Baker Mayfield is 18,000 times better than your quarterback, good sir.
That's Alan's logic for you. See, the one thing about it is that while both sides have made interesting arguments, it remains to be seen how this whole year is going to turn out. Personally, I would love to see the Eagles go back. But I have this scary feeling... Well, no, it's not really scary.
You guys got your title. Why wouldn't you let the Browns have the title?
Who cares about you guys? Prove it.
Yeah, we're going to prove it this year.
That sounds like this. I see that happening a lot this year. Now,
that was me during the Browns when they went 0-16.
That is you every time I see you, sir.
Okay, good. Sir.
On that note, I'm not here to hate. I'm just here to tell my facts. I am off for the night. I have shit I have to do. So you guys have a great night.
All right.
I'm here to
Well,
eat
that's
a
Mark
McChicken.
closing the show out. That does it for the Cyclone today. You all take it easy, okay? And we will be back with another episode sooner than you think.
Week 1 predictions coming soon. All right, bye.
Bye.